Coming up on CONNED. MLAMLI is a familiar face on your television screens. But he never thought a family friend could betray him so much.
When I invoiced the first one, hey, the money is not coming. We're like, we can't give you the tip, we can't give you any more money. She blocked me on WhatsApp. She's gallivanting, buying cars.
A subcontracting investment scam is when you get into a subcontract agreement with a person, only to find out that you will be ultimately conned at the end.
Igama lami ngumlamli kaMancala. Nguhlathi lo ngulisa ngujambasi usanzanza. Thina sihlanga omvelweni. Ndiphuma ke kwisibeleko sinombele ojola inkomo omphankomo tholele umthwakazi. Ngokwemveli siphuma eMkhonjana iLady Frey Eastern Cape. Kodwa ke mina ke ndiye ndafumana ithuba loba ndikhulele ndizalelwe kwindawo kuthiwa kuse-Ashton ese-Western Cape. Ukukhula kwam ibali lam alahlukanga kwibali lomntu wonke walapha eSouth Africa. Apho khona yafumanisa into yokuba sikhulelwa kumakhaya angathathi ntweni nakumakhaya ahluphekileyo. And there was no one ekhaya who was a graduate. Both my siblings before me. And I made a decision. And I made a commitment. I made a vow to myself that poverty in my family ends with me. My aunt, that is so dear to me, who passed on during the COVID days, she said to me, you have a choice. You do have a choice. If anything you want, you're going to get it. So she was my pillar. So my mother, I have a transactional relationship with her, because she was just sending money. So likhulela kumakhulu, which is umama wakhe, and the next to yena sister kamama wakhe, who became my parent. That woman loved me like her own, and she wanted the best out of me. But COVID happened. Now I moved there from Ashton, went to Cape Town. I got there with no family, no one. And my mother says to me, I'm going to build a shack for you. I'm going to build a shack for you. This is where you're going to stay. So I stayed in the shack. Not just any shack, but imbacho. There's a difference between ichochombe and imbacho. Ichochombe, no in a toilet. But this shack, I know the toilet. You have to dig for a toilet. So I stayed there for 7 years, committed window that I vowed kuyo 80, I will make it. I stayed there. I work at engine garage on the N1 from Cape Town to Paarl. There are engine garages in Binespa. I worked there for a couple of days, putting in petrol, and then I worked at a number of other service stations. While in the process of working there, I had already passed matric at this time. Then what I decided to do, to go to an access program. There was an access program, a CPUT, where you go, while I was still trying to find myself, what is it that I want to study? So I started hustling. Remember, my mother is not working. So I'm the one who's actually supposed to give money. So if I get anything, send it home. Get anything, send it home. I then decided again the following year, okay, I'm going to do radiography. I went and did radiography. At this time, I was also hustling in terms of acting, doing abo Stockfair, abo Intersection, Tetam Sawawa during those days, Kululeka, for SABC. One of the things that COVID proved was that I did not do justice in terms of investing kumchato wam. When I divorced, I had to move out of the house. Yes, I moved out of the house. Remember, it was not an easy decision to make in terms of moving out of the house. So I had lost everything. I had nothing. When I left the house, I had my clothes. A friend of mine went to pick up impahla zam. Impahla zam zazi black bags. And I had these black bags in my car. When I had these black bags in my car, I had also a bucket in my car. That bucket was for me to wash. The car that I'm using, the bank wants the car. They are after me. Then I would change parking area, sometimes go and park at the hospitals. Yeah, in my mall, it was not safe because the mall would become the only car. Yeah, so the safest place for me to hide was either hospital or a visitor's parking, Kuma Estate. Yeah, so I would stay there. So I was going through the most. Now, remember I was busy, the gigs, the acting. So I had not paid my subscription with the Health Profession Council for 4 years. That means I cannot practice as a radiographer. So my back was against the wall. So I called my brother, say, hey brother, this is what's happening. He's like, brother, let me pay you Nanzika, your Health Profession Council, so that I can at least go and work. So he paid my Health Profession Council Nanzika subscription. Then, you know what I will do? I will go, maybe do because I don't have a place to stay. The car, park the car somewhere at the hospital. Then, just before I knock off, I go and take my bucket, then climbing, because I don't have a place to stay, and then go work in another hospital. And guess what? While the journey yoku recover again, then boom, while I was on TikTok sharing my story, Amanda Mafaku. So while I was sharing my story, and guess what? In that life, Ubusi Ntutwana. Ubusi is a friend of mine from way back. Then I remembered, Ubusi is into trucking business. There's a friend of mine, Ibifuna a truck for your Ibeka kwenye contract. I'm like, no, let me call Ubusi. Hey, Cosa Nostra, because biza Cosa Nostra okanye Busi. Cosa Nostra, hey, friend yami ifuna I truck and she's like, no, brah, forget that. You know what? Let me introduce you in the trucking business. You'll make money. And then what I'm going to do as Ubusi from my side is akunika petrol. Petrol is a pumakum. Then you pay me later. Then we agreed to go to 15th December. It was around end of November. 15th December, we'll go there and to see the trucks, introduced to the driver. We get the tracker. So I transferred the 240,000 into her account. Remember, this money comes from lenders. So that's the people that I brought to the whole shebang. Now, what you want to deposit? And then we're like, but this was never mentioned. We're like, we can't give you the deposit. We can't give you any more money. There's no money that's coming to you now. Imali ekufuneka izile, imali esuka kuwe for invoices zethu. That's the money that needs to come. And then we agreed ukuthi what she's going to do, she actually offered ukuthi she's going to take a flat pen we truck worker two and take those to Lobaba as our renter kuye truck as a proxy. And then we can pay later on. When I invoiced the first one, hey, the money is not coming. The money, the story is coming tomorrow. It's in your account. It's going to be cleared. It's not cleared. That, bro, like, brah, what's happening? Okay, second month invoice, same stories, 775,000.
After getting into an agreement with Ubusi, MLAMLI committed himself into the deal with Ubusi, and when he started invoicing her, nothing was tangible.
Ayifiki imali, sithengisela izitori nje qha. Thengisa izitori. Tomorrow it's been cleared. It should be ebhenkini yenu ngomso. I've just confirmed ukuthi bakwezibethile. So imali, all of those things, we've got those things on WhatsApp. I've got all of those on WhatsApp. mali zawuthunyelwa ngexesha elithile ne-voice notes zakhe azithumele uba this we have done that, no, we are now good to go. So athi ubusi ke ngoku, okay, ufuna i-15,000 for i-petrol. I'm like, kaloku remember buthe i-petrol i-account. Ithini ngoku into ye-petrol? Yabo? Okay. Ukhumbule ke into yoba ngaba ezi truck zisebenza between i-Nelspruit ne-Mozambique border. Ne? Now, ngala distance ziyenzayo, we are guaranteed thina, I'm guaranteed i-trip ezi-12 ngenyanga based on the contract. Now, ezi trip with 34 ton lo. 34 ton, I'm being paid 670 per ton. Now, 670 per ton times the number of trips enzenzileyo times 2 because the trucks zimbini. It amounts to more than 770,000. So that's how my invoice was packaged. So I'm invoicing yena. Then realized ukuthi i-receipt liyasinika yona yoba si-deliverishile. Ine address yase Cape Town. So I'm like, girl, what's happening? She says, no, sebenzisa la address. So while ke kwasenzeka lento, I'm like, no, let ifamily kabusi know, yes? So I call her sister. Like, girl man, hey, man ubusi undenzeka kakubi ngo. Ndinabantu apha abasebenzisa imali zabo. And le mali ayoyam bra. This is what's happening. Busi now is dilly-dallying. And she's like, hey bra, there's not much I can do because nam no Busi, we are not in talking terms, state. So I cannot help you, but however, I'm going to tell my mother about it. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go to your mother. Mama mdala. Okay. Now, she calls me back after a day or two. I'm like, hey, we've heard you, Nanzika, you cry. Tina, we will support you, MLAMLI. Yeah, we will support you, Tina. We don't know why Busi is doing this to you. And to be honest with you, as a result, I know go to movie from that apartment in Pretoria, apartment. So I don't know what's happening in Bomingbaki. We're talking about someone who owns plus minus 14 trucks. We're talking about someone who's got farms in the Eastern Cape. We're talking about someone who get invited to talk on a conference about women in business. We're talking about someone who gets accolades and awards as the business lady. So I'm not sure whether the time ebesenza lento na, maybe this is how she makes imali yakhe or what's happening. But as far as I'm concerned, because we've got that on records, in Yobangaba, the trucks are still operational. And the invoice currently, it's sitting at plus 3.8 million. She has not paid that.
Overall, MLAMLI owes his moneylenders over 3.8 million rand. Due to his trusted family friend, Ubusi. Shame, man.
She blocked me on WhatsApp. She blocked me on social media. I think Ubusi used my vulnerability from the TikTok that we had. I think she realized Uguti, I was in that state. I think she used that. And now I trusted her with all my heart. And I'm still sitting today wondering, Uguti, why would Ubusi do this to me? I'm battling to understand it. But again, she's a woman in business. So she's a woman in business. Mhlawumbi ke ndimuncu, ndidom kakhulu, mhlawumbi ndimuncu. Mhlawumbi ke ndingayenzanga yonke lento. Kodwa ke I think ukuthi udlale ngayo i-trust yami. Udlale ngayo i-trust yami. I'm sitting here today with a lot of debts. Sitting here today, abantu wanting imali yabo from me. Because I guess at times, there are times where now I become soft kuyo because it always looked like she's gonna pay. And she's got a very sweet tongue. I'm convinced, and you see it, uyibona isenzeka. So amaxesha amaninzi, as a result, there's a group on WhatsApp where sisithetha kuye. She doesn't talk there unibecaleni. sienda ke siphinde ndimbuyisele back again phaya egroupini. She's blocked me on social media. I think it really made into yoba ngaba yaphantse yandohlulanisa nabantu endibathandayo. Nesizathu sokuba ndidecide into yoba mayaziwe le nto mayiphume kuba ndiyazi into yoba ngaba my conscience is clear. All I'm asking is for Ubusi to honor the contract. So I am taking legal steps to make sure Uguti there is accountability on this whole Nanzika, on this whole matter. So I'm hoping something will come out of it, but I'm sure with the legal side, it might take longer with the legal side, but I can tell you the wheels are turning. And all I'm asking is for her to honor the contract. She's living large. Nobomi, umnandi. Une viewership enhle on TikTok. She's got farms. She's got land. She's got building a big house now. She's got nice cars. Bought 12 taxis. All I'm asking is for her to at least honor the agreement.
Putting his trust on Ubusi Ntutwane, a close family member, little did MLAMLI know that a dear friend could betray him just like this.
There's 2 or 3 other guys that I know as the transport industry, but it's one of, I think there's a bit of luck on her side as well. When you are given a business, and you are ukuyenza le business, but you don't want people to know about it. So you're like, no one should know. So that when I rise, no one knows how I make my business.
When I look at his scenario, it's not one that fits to be described as a subcontracting. It's more of investment into Busi's business. Because when you look at the agreement, is that Mr. MLAMLI must pay X amount or go out, secure trucks for 240,000. All right. And Busi will make sure that the trucks are out there working, generating an income. There is no specific, or it is not clear there to say how much will be the return, how much will Mr. MLAMLI get each and every month.
So, as much as I knew 3 other individuals, so I will call them, do you think we're trucking business is going to 70 tons? No, that's a good price, but I didn't want anyone to know. So I wanted to, I think that's where she got me. By the time because when the Buzum, that no man. 12 trucks between Nelspruit and Mozambique, it doesn't make sense. If you right, it will be a maximum of 6. Where does she get to 12? Yeah. Nah?
Mr. MLAMLI trusted Busi that Busi will run the business, will oversee the trucks, but Mr. MLAMLI, he was only more concerned of the income, saying I'll be getting money out of this. For someone who was venturing into this kind of business, I would say he could have went out and seek legal advice and make sure that they've got an agreement in writing, to say which role is playing, what is it that Busi is playing, what is the monthly income, how are they going to split what you call duties and responsibilities.
I remember a time when she said, I need to cancel the contract and do it in writing. And I said to her, but I can't cancel the contract. Because if I cancel the contract, when I do it in writing, contract, if I do that, you're only going to give me a third of my money. So that means if I was naive, can't fund the land, can you pay? So the contract was not cancelled. And I'm still invoicing yen. I think for me, within the logistic business, I still believe there is money there. I still believe economic business part. But I think due diligence is very necessary. And one of the things that happened there, that for some reason, and when it's too good to be true, it is because it is too good to be true. Believe that. My intuition, listen to that. I had to go back. I went back to radiography. I always say, when I graduated radiography, I took my certificate. Dasnika my mom, I said, this is yours. Mine is the entertainment industry. Now the entertainment industry is not working. What I had to do is to go back home. Have you got that thing that I gave you? I said, I have it. Dust that one. After dusting that one, went back to, fortunately this time I was paying my professional council fees. So I'm up to date. So in everything that happened, I think also Pagam, there was a flight, eating night, I was hoping ukuthi kokudibana kwam i-reunion yam nobusi izaba ila flight izawumthatha indeed. It's such a pity. I-take off yaphinda yabuya yahlala ba qhekeka kwayo yazi pieces. So Busi, you've conned me. You've conned me, Busi. I never expected it.
Please note, it is true, money is the root of all evils, and never trust even a family member without agreeing on paper. A fully written contract, verified by both parties, lawyers is a must in such a big contract. A verbal agreement is not advisable in any business agreement, even if it is family. Put everything on paper and both sign what you are agreeing to. Do your due diligence, homework, and research before you get into any agreement with any person, even if it is family. Lastly, do not easily get into deals if you are really not familiar with such a business. Clearly, Ubusi scammed MLAMLI, but Karma knows everybody's address and her day is coming. MLAMLI MANCALA was conned by Busi, Hani, Dutwana. He never expected or saw this coming, all because of trust.